Hi everybody, this is Y with Shenanigans with the Burgs. I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're returning, thank you, and if you're new, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. Hi guys, Y here with Shenanigans with the Burgs, and I am going to do a little WIP and Chat. I'm going to do it a little different because I was tagged by Crafty Chef Diamond, Laura, to answer some tag questions. So I have looked at the questions and I have thought a little bit about them. Normally I don't look at them when I do these types of videos, but I did look at them. I did watch her and Donna's video, and I think it's Diamonds Around You. I could be mistaken, but I did watch their video, and it was a lot of fun listening to their answers to these questions. So I decided that I would take her up on her challenge to do a WIP and Chat and answer said questions. So let me start by telling you what I'm working on. I am working on the Diamond Paint with Friends Animals Edition for June, and I am doing Diamond Art Club's dog bookshelf. I am using, of course, my cat-proof tray with the dog paw on it. Yes, I did say that correctly. Cat-proof tray, but it is totally a dog print on it, not a cat print. And it's my favorite tray of all time. And just like anybody else, I've spent a bunch of money trying to figure out what works for me. And I love the pour over spout of the the cat-proof trays. They're my favorite. So that being said, I'm using a pen from Temu that I bought for like $1.97. It's a little fatter than the normal pen. I really, really like it. But I do have a single placer on one end from Diamond Art Club and a 7-placer on the other, also from Diamond Art Club. These are Diamond Art Club's new version of their tips, and I absolutely adore them. And for my putty, I am using, well, I just put it away, so let me pull it back out. I'm using Alien Putty by Make Your Own Wall Art. And it's just a regular blue. It comes in a tin. I keep it in the baggie just to make sure that it doesn't dry out on me. I'm not a putty girl, so this is the first time that I have found a putty that works for me. I love it. Absolutely love it. So if you're like me trying to figure out what works best, I do love the purple wax that comes in the Dreamer Designs kits. However, I have to fill my wax quite often with that one. So with this, I can go 4 or 5 days without having to change my putty. Yeah. But my suggestion to you, if you do get it, is to scan the QR code and watch his video on how to load your pen. It is different than anything else I've used. And once you get that right, then the rest is diamond painting heaven. So let's get to these questions that are going around the diamond painting community. This is the second time that a round of tag questions has made its way through the diamond painting community, at least the second time since I've been a part of the diamond painting community. So let's get started. Okay, question number 1. What is the one thing you appreciate about your physical appearance? Wow, starting it off with a bang. This is going to be TMI for all of you, I'm sure, but the best part about my physical appearance has always been my rear end. And when I started losing the weight from the surgery, I was really bummed because the first thing you lose is a lot of fat, and your butt is nothing but fat. So, well, not just nothing but fat, but there's a lot of fat in your butt. So I was really bummed that I was losing what I considered to be my best asset. And my daughter said, Mom, You are not losing your butt. You are wearing the wrong pants. So she took me shopping, and sure enough, I was wearing clothes that were too big. It made my butt look like it was gone. Now I'm happy to say that I have lost almost 80 pounds, and I still have my butt. So there's that. Too much information, I'm sure. But hey, it was a question, and I answered it. And I answered it honestly. So, oh my goodness, why won't that go in there? What in the world? That was giving me a fit right there. All right, next question. What is one thing you are most grateful for in your relationships and friendships? Well, I can honestly say that I don't have a lot of friends. The friends I do have are very near and dear. And I think what keeps us that way is that we have common core values, and we have common life goals, like-minded people. And that's what um, keeps us close friends, is the way you were raised, and not even necessarily the way you were raised, but just the values that you hold dear. Um, they say a lot about a person. So I would have to say that it is common values and life goals. I know that's pretty broad, right? But it is my answer. It is my answer. Okay, for some reason, one side of my pen is really, really putty. Putty? Is that a word? Okay, what's the most valuable lesson you have learned from failure? So I'm going to have to go with the most valuable lesson that I have learned is through failed marriages. I've been married a time or two, and it took me a lot of time to figure it out. Like, you have to have, again, common values. It can't just be physical attraction, because it just doesn't work. So my life lesson was to not judge, until you've walked a mile in somebody's shoes. So it took me a while to get it right, but I am happy to say that my life lessons took me to Mr. Right for the right reasons. And we have been together for 25 years. And yeah, I love him more today than I did the day I met him. So yeah, of course, I hope everybody would say that, because you don't fall in love with somebody on day one. Or you could, you never know. There is love at first sight. But yep, every day that goes by, every year that goes by, I'm just so thankful to be walking side by side with Mr. Right, not Mr. Right now. So yeah, that would be uh, my life lesson, among, I'm sure, many, 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 many others. So, if you could learn any language instantly, just instantly, what language would it be and why? Okay, then y'all are going to laugh at me. Okay, so you know that I do my nails. So I have pretty little hearts on my nails today. So I do my nails. I didn't used to do them myself. I used to go to the salon, and I would love just once to be able to instantly speak Vietnamese, because I would love to go in there and know what they were saying, and to be able to answer them without them knowing that I know Vietnamese. I know that's so weird, right? You'd think I'd want to learn Spanish because it's like the next most common language. But no, I think it'd be cool to know a language that nobody would expect you to know. Like, everybody's expected to know some Spanish today. but a language that people didn't expect, so that when you spoke back, they would be like, oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that would be it. Now, my husband, he would love to learn Japanese. He is so interested in the Japanese culture. So we would be speaking totally different languages if we could speak the language that we wanted to instantly. So that, or I would like to be able to speak the language of wherever it was I was traveling. If I could speak it instantly, it would be whatever country I'm in at that moment, be able to speak their language. But mostly, I would love to learn how to speak Vietnamese. One, for the salon quality, and second, our favorite place to go and eat is a pho restaurant that is owned by a Vietnamese family. So there's that. All right, number 5. What is your favorite way to start your day? And I do this every day. It used to be coffee, but since the weight loss surgery, coffee is not my friend. But today I am trying to drink some coffee to see. I'll try it every now and then just to see is today the day that I can drink coffee. And it's going down pretty good today, but I don't see it as my everyday thing. So what I do is I get up in the morning and I make a cup of tea. See, I drank it all already. So I make a cup of tea, and then I join my friends on a Zoom call every morning at 5 o'clock. And so I love to start my day with a brisk walk through the front yard with the dog and a cup of hot tea. My tea of choice is Irish breakfast decaf. And then I go upstairs and I turn on the Zoom and I spend my mornings with my friends diamond painting before it's time to go to work. Yep, every morning I diamond paint. What a way to start your day off in a positive way, is to get up and do what you love to do most, and that's diamond painting. So yeah, there's that. That's how I start my day. Let's see. Number 6. What's your favorite way to spend a rainy day? Well, it's the same that any day is my craft room. Yeah, if there's nobody on Zoom, then I will put on a movie or watch YouTube videos. And I have a big screen TV in my craft room. So yeah, I can sit in here. My dog curls up either on my feet or in his bed that I can see from sitting at my craft room table. And yeah, my craft room is my favorite place ever. And that's how I would spend a rainy day. Diamond painting away, watching movies, doing those kinds of things. So, and number 7 is what's your favorite movie quote? All right. Well, I love a good rags to riches story. So mine is Big Mistake. Huge. You know what movie that's from? So my favorite all-time movie ever is Beauty and the Beast. But before that movie came out, my favorite movie was Pretty Woman. It is still, Beauty and the Beast and Pretty Woman are my 2 favorite stories. And I love when she goes on Rodeo Avenue and she's like, remember me? You didn't want to help me? Big mistake. Huge. I love it. That's like my favorite. So the moral of that is, again, back to the not judging. Until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes, you should not judge by their appearance ever. Or talk about somebody for something that they've done, because if you haven't walked a mile in their shoes, you don't know why they do what they do. And I mean, come on, even Jesus didn't judge the woman at the well. I mean, come on, he told her whole story, but he didn't judge her. Anyways, number 8, if you won the lottery, how would you spend your money? Well, first and foremost, I would donate to a religious organization, i.e. church, and to the veterans organization in which I work. And then I would update the house. Oh my gosh, the house needs updating. I would knock down walls and I mean the whole nine, the whole brand new kitchen. Just I would definitely update the house. It's an older home. It was built in the 70s, and it is. I mean, it has really nice floors because we have hardwood floors throughout. But yeah, it needs new carpet down in the basement den, which I would put hardwood in or laminate of some kind. But I would definitely knock the wall down between the kitchen and the living room and make it an open space. I would add to the back of it an enclosed porch, like a screen porch on the back, as well as I would level the backyard out, get rid of a bunch of trees. Oops, sorry, Bubba. And so, yeah, I would update the house. And if we're talking about a whole lot of money, then I would also be doing some traveling. Now, you know that I was supposed to retire December 31 this year, and that got set back a little bit for me. I may or may not would continue to work. One, because I need to leave my position in the right hands, and so far I haven't found anybody to fill my shoes. So, but it's a flexible job, so I would be able to still do some traveling and still work. So there's that. That's what I would do if I won the lottery. Of course, I would set my kids up for success as well. I mean, I wouldn't just hand over a bunch of money to them, but, I'd set up some kind of a trust fund for them so that my children were taken care of. And, yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Number 9, what's your best excuse for getting out of something you don't want to do? Well, I am a no excuses. I'm not going to tell a lie. So I show up. When I say I'm going to show up, I show up. Unless something beyond my control, like, I had a heart attack in 2016. That kind of put a damper on plans that we had. So yeah, I'm a, if you commit, you got to do type of person. That being said, I am quite the introvert, so it's not often that I commit to things that are outside of my comfort zone. I prefer to just be at home doing me. But I'm trying really hard to meet new friends and get out and about and do a little more because, when COVID happened, I was like, man, I've been training for this my whole life. So, that kind of helped put me back into the introverted self. So, yeah, I just, if I commit to something, I'm going to go. I don't say I'm not going to. No, trust me. I don't make excuses for not going. I might say I don't want to go, but I know when I go, I'm going to have a great time. So there's that. Number 10, what is your favorite way to recharge and find inner peace? Again, I'm an introvert. Time alone does wonders for rejuvenating the soul. However, I still think time alone, like to be able to just shut my craft room door and not have to deal with life at all, just to get away from it all. I like to pray about situations. And of course, when I found diamond painting, I thought I was in heaven because diamond painting is so relaxing to me, and it helps me to just wind down. Like if I've had a really crappy day, um, it just helps me to get past it and move on and feel refreshed and better. So there's that. All right, number 11. What is my favorite way to challenge myself and step out of my comfort zone? Well, I already talked about, making myself get out and about and do, which is outside of my comfort zone. The other thing is my job. My job has required me to do some public speaking, and that, my friends, was not my thing. So that challenges me. It continues to challenge me year after year after year because it does require some standing up in front of a large group of people and saying your words. That never gets easy. The other thing that I've done to challenge myself is at 53 years old, I started running. Okay, so let's back this up. I had a heart attack in 2016 and died in the back of an ambulance. And they broke some ribs to bring me back. And that's my new lease on life. So my goal then was to stop doing some of the things that I was doing that was making me unhealthy. By that, I mean smoking. I've been smoking for 42 years. And so at 53 years old, I decided that I needed to make some real life changes or I was going to have another heart attack and maybe I wouldn't make it through this next one. So I watched a movie at work one day called From Fat to Finish Line. And it was about a bunch of people who had lost a bunch of weight and they all got together and ran this, what they call a Ragnar race, which is a long distance race, relay race. And so long story short, bought some gym shoes, told my husband I wanted to start running, and off we went. So I have challenged myself in the running portion of senior citizenship. Ran my first half marathon in 2020. We were signed up to do it at Disney. Everything got canceled, COVID and all that. And so my daughter and I, we messaged out to our running group here in the neighborhoods and said, this is the deal. My daughter wanted to do this with me for her 40th birthday. And we really want to make this happen. And our running group put together, they were wonderful. They showed up at the finish line. One of the members would show up on because we published our course, and he would show up on our course and he was wearing a tutu and a Free Hugs t-shirt, and it was just amazing. And then our husbands made a finish line for us. My husband was supposed to run with us, but he got injured. So they made a finish line for us, and at the finish line were a bunch of members of our running group. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So I challenge myself every time I get put on shoes and run. Now, I've always been a plus size runner, so my challenge right now is, now that I'm much thinner, is the Dopey Challenge at Disney 2025. So that is my newest challenge. And we're going to see how that works because I still have some back issues, but it's my goal. Lofty goals for 2025. All right. And number 12, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on a date? Oh my gosh, I really had to think about this one because I've really not had any embarrassing situations, but I do remember one situation. It was a blind date. And when I got there first. And so I was waiting for this gentleman to come in, and he looked just like my father. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I just can't do this. I had to come up with a reason why I didn't want to see him again. It was, yeah, I could hardly look him in the eye. He looked just like my father. So yeah, this was right about the time when I met my current husband. So I was very thankful to meet my Mr. Right, but the man who looked just like my father was not it. Okay. And what's your go-to karaoke song? And I was like, nope, no karaoke for this chick. None. Not a one. No karaoke. First of all, if I got up and took the microphone for karaoke, y'all would leave whatever venue we were at. You know, in cartoons, you know, when the people sing and the dogs start howling? Yep, that's me. That's me. To a T, which leads to the very next question. If you could have any talent instantly, what would it be? Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say that I would want to be able to be a fly on the wall. There are so many times when I'm like, man, I would love to be a fly on that wall. But that's really not what I'd like to be. What I'd like to be able to do is sing. I love to sing. I mean, I really do. I absolutely love it. I just can't do it. I am awful. So that would be my talent. If I had a talent, that's what I would like it to be. Because I cannot sing to save my soul. So singing, of course, better. Buzzing on a wall. Those are my two choices. All right. And number 15. If I could have any meal prepared for me, what would it be and why? Okay, so this one I really had to think about because, first of all, we like to prepare our own meals because we both have dietary issues, and I can control what goes into my food if I prepare it myself. So there's that. Then I had to think about but what would I have somebody prepare for me? So here's what I came up with. I would love to, when we go to Japan, which is my husband's dream vacation, have sushi prepared for me, like real Japanese sushi. Yep, that's what I would do. And I would probably eat too much and explode, but yeah, that's what I would do. In Japan and sushi. All right, so the next question is what are my favorite song lyrics and why? And I have two. I have two songs for this, and I couldn't choose either one of them as my favorite. So the first one is Life Song by Casting Crowns. And the chorus is, let my life song sing to you. I want to sing your name to the end of this day, knowing that my heart was true. Let my life song sing to you. So yeah, that one touches my heart in a way that I can't even explain. And then the other one is Unfinished by Mandisa, rest her soul. He started something good and I'm going to believe it. He started something good and I'm going to complete it. So I'll celebrate the truth. His work in me ain't through. I'm just unfinished. I'm just unfinished. So I'll celebrate the truth. His work in me ain't through. I'm just unfinished. Yeah. So I am a work in progress, people, a work in progress. I try every day to be the right person, be a good person, be a follower of the word and all those things. And, you know, every day I fall short, every single day. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to sign his name, and and I just have to know that I am unfinished. And I think I know this so much because of the heart attack. If I was finished, I would not have, I wouldn't be here today. I would have died in that heart attack. But I'm unfinished. He's still working on me. He's not ready yet. So that's my new leash on life. And I know most of you would be like, oh my gosh, she's such a 80s music fanatic. Like everything is a song reference to me, everything. Oh, ask anybody who has ever Zoomed with me or any of my friends, but everything is a song reference because I lived through the most amazing song era of all time, and that was the 80s. So you would think that I would have picked an 80s song. But no, I picked a Christian song because those songs speak volumes to who I am and who I want to be, and how I want to treat people and how I want people to treat me. I'm unfinished. I am human and I fail every day to meet the expectations, but I am unfinished and I still want to be able to write his name at the end of every day. So there it is. There you heard some of my core values. So next, what's one thing I've learned about myself in the past year? Okay, so in October 22, I got into a car accident. Somebody hit me on the highway going 75 miles per hour, and I broke my back. So I have learned in the past year that I am so much stronger than I give myself credit for. I am coming out of this. I'm on the other end. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm amazing. I am strong. I am a work in progress. I can do anything I set my mind to, age appropriate. So like Laura said in hers, you know, I'm not 20 years old anymore, and I'm not 20 years old anymore, but I can do anything that I set my mind to. So my answer to that is that I am stronger than I thought I was. I'm stronger than I thought I could be. And that's what gets me through. All right, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? So there are two answers to this one as well. So ever since I started running, I was always a plus size runner. So I was always very slow, maybe 17-minute miles, which is very slow. So we're talking about a lot more walking than running. I'm still that way now, but I feel like I'm going to be able to do more running than walking. So, but I always laughed that I was on the sloth running team. Sorry about that, but my husband just came in and he brought me my Mickey. The dog got it off of my shelf and he ate the tags off of it, and he's all wet, like he'd been chewing on them. Poor Mickey. I got these for Mother's Day from my husband, and the dog just, he said, "That's my toy, Mama. It's not his toy. These are my toys." Oh, this one's all wet. I'm going to have to leave. Oh, look, he's got a little kiss. Oh, I love it. Anyways, so I always said that I was part of the sloth running team. So my dream vacation is to go to Costa Rica and hug a sloth. So my daughter and I are going to make that happen in 2025. We found a place where we can go to volunteer in a habitat reserve for very affordable, and it's room and board, and the transportation to and from the airport and to and from any excursions that you would do when you are not working. So we're going to go for 2 weeks in May of 2025. I'm going to hug a sloth. I'm hoping that the doctor will release me so that I can zip line. I want to zip line through natural habitat in one of the adventure parks. I'm so excited. And I told my daughter, I said, maybe we should put it off another year, because I'm staying at my job and all that. And she said, no, Mom, we're going. And so we're going in May to Costa Rica. I'm going to hug a sloth. I'm sure that there will be lots of video and pictures of that coming after the fact. Yeah, so that's one. And then the other one is I want to go to India. So we had an opportunity to go this year. We were going to go in March. And yeah, my back just wasn't going to allow it. Plus, our passports didn't get here on time. So India is my other one. My sister, my brother-in-law, works for Boeing, and he works in India sometimes. So next time she goes with him to India, we're going to go because then we have a place to stay. We also have our personal tour guide. And no, sir, no. Benson is asking for something, and I am not allowing it. So that would be my next one, is to go to India and enjoy some time with my sister, and yeah, just have a good time and eat some amazing Indian food, because Indian is my favorite cuisine ever. Like, it's just amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, that would be my, hold on, I gotta see what the dog wants. What are you looking for? Huh? What are you looking for? There's nothing up here for you. Nothing. There's nothing. So now we are 2 more questions. So if you could have a dinner party with any deceased famous people, who and why? Okay, I thought it said person, so I only listed one. And one that I would love to sit down and have a chat with Anthony Bourdain. And if you don't know who he was, he started out on the Food Channel, traveling the world, trying the different cuisines. And then he went to the Travel Channel. And yeah, I just would like to get in his head and understand why he didn't want to live, because he committed suicide. And I just would love to hear some of his adventures, traveling the world and trying the food. So yeah, that would be like ideal for me. I would love it. I don't know how productive it would be now that I've had the weight loss surgery and I can't eat anything, but I could take a couple of bites and try everything. Yeah, but Anthony Bourdain, he was like my favorite traveling chef person. He talked about the cultures and he talked about the food, and I just would love to know what was in his head, what was so awful about being alive today. So yeah, Anthony Bourdain, I would love to sit down and share a gourmet meal. Most definitely. All right, and last question. If you could star in a movie, what genre would it be? Oh my goodness. I don't do suspense. I don't do horror. It would have to be comedy. But my favorite genre of television is true crime. I don't know if I would maybe want to host a true crime show, or star in one, or I don't know. The other thought that I had was, I've had a pretty screwed up life I just had a pretty screwed up life. And so I would love to like make a movie of the things that I have had to endure, and I came out okay in the end. Like, there's such the opportunity that I could be so different than I am today based on just the things that happened to me in my childhood, in my early teens. Yeah. And I often wonder if I should write a book, because my experiences might help somebody else who may be going through something similar. Yeah, I could be a drug addict today. I could be dead today. I could be, you know, my life could have been so much different than it is. Again, that's part of the true crime thing. I had some pretty awful things happen to me. So, um, yeah, so maybe my own bio or a true crime would probably suit me best. Yeah, so that's it. Those are all of the questions that I had. Um, and I guess I'm supposed to tag some people to answer the questions after me. I'm not sure who I'm going to tag yet. So I will tag you in the description below. If you've already been tagged and already answered the questions, cool. If not, think about it. It's a reason to have to open your camera and grab a whip and just do your thing. Do your thing. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. Oh, wait, I do have something else. It's not one of the questions. I got mail in the mail from Chef Laura the other day, and I didn't know what it was. And it is my trophy for Diamond Paint with Friends 24-25. And it says, thank you for being awesome. So it is my trophy for hosting this year. And I already had one, so now I have two. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help. Or a thumbs up, or a thumbs up, or a thumbs up. I don't know which one to use. Anyways, give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Really helps out the channel. And until next time, have a fab day, my friends.